You're going to Camp Blood, ain't you? You'll never come back again. It's got a death curse.
Hey all, how's it going? Today we're going to be taking a look at the Friday the 13th quarter scale Jason Voorhees Part 4, the final chapter figure. Let's take a look at the box artwork. So this is Jason removed from the outer box. You can see he's encapsulated, not beneath the icy waters of Camp Crystal Lake by Tommy Jarvis, but by the devilish twist ties of Neca. Let's have a look at some of that detail. This is his spare head. He comes with a second head, a battle damaged head from the end of Part 4, and a battle damaged hand, and his accessories.
You're going to Camp Blood, ain't you? You'll never come back again. It's got a death curse.
I saw a tip from another YouTuber using a pair of nail clippers to undo these twist ties, and it really works well, so let's give it a go. Success. Really easy. Released from the packaging, here's Jason in all his glory. Let's take a look at some of the accessories that come with this figure. You have the battle damaged head from the end of Part 4. Lots of gory detail. And the heads are marked 1 and 2. 1 comes already attached to the figure. Here we have his bloody hand and butcher knife. So a butcher kitchen knife isn't the first accessory you might think of for Jason Voorhees, more Michael Myers, but there is a scene in Part 4 where he uses this accessory, so it's a nice touch. And his battle damaged second hand, that's gruesome. Gruesome but great. Nice detail on that. Would make Tom Savini proud. And this is my favourite accessory that comes with the figure. This is the axe. It's got a nice weathered, worn, metallic effect. And the handle itself is a very good replica of a wooden handle. It is plastic, but it's nicely detailed. It's a good piece. I'm probably going to be displaying him with this. Last but not least, we have his iconic machete. Very bloody, very heavy blood paint application on this piece. It's nice, and you know, it's very much Jason. I think I do prefer the axe, so I think I'm going to go with that for my display. It's a nice piece though. Let's take a look at the detail on the boots. You see the stitching in there and the laces. Someone pointed out How does Jason know how to tie his shoelaces? I don't know. It's a good question that I don't have the answer for. His trousers, his chinos. Are they chinos? Maybe. They're dirty and gritty and grimed up. Very brown base colour, unlike the grey pants from part 3. His hand. This is the number 1 hand that comes with the figure. And his bloody shirts. People have pointed out about the slight gloss on the shirt. I really like that because the majority of part 4 is in the rain. So he should look a bit wet and rainy. He looks like that in a lot of the scenes from the movie. This is his action hand, if you will, for holding the accessories. His hand's really stiff out of the box, so a little later in the video I'm going to soften that up with some warm water, and he should be able to hold the accessories a lot better once I've done that. His iconic mask. Has a nice satin sheen to it, and the straps are rubberized plastic rather than material. They work well though. Back of his head, heavy vein detailing. Very bloody from that axe wound in part 3. Suitably gory, I would say. Let's take off the mask and... oh my god, it's Jason. I like this sculpt. I think it's a great sculpt. Some slight flaws in the paint finish on mine. It's no big deal because the straps from the mask cover that area, but I'm not sure if that's maybe a packaging issue on the part of Neca. I think maybe a slight paint chip to the nose as well. And his mask. Let's take another look at that. Faded chevrons. The axe wound from part 3. And let's take a look at the inside. A little bit of paint splatter in there, so it's not pristine. It's not a big deal. You can't see that on display, so it's no biggie. This strap looks a little off-centered to me. I'm being very nitpicky now, but just pointing it out. And the buckles on the straps, nicely done. A little bit of paint overspill there, but certainly not the end of the world. The paint wear on the metallic part there, press stud. So let's take a look at this figure from behind. See the joints in the hands there, of course. And his trousers are nicely weathered. They look good. And here's Jason holding the axe. And in different pose. Quite like this one. I might go with this for my final pose actually. Head tilted down. There is reasonable head movement, arm movement and leg movement, as with all of these Neca quarter scale figures. You just have to be a little careful about balancing him. With the machete, and with the kitchen knife, and we're back with the axe. I like the axe. Yeah, that looks cool. Gonna have to fix this hand. Get that further down. Nobody holds an axe like that. Here's a comparison next to the Neca quarter scale Freddy figure. Tried to line them up so the size comparison's about right. And you can see overall Freddy's a lot smaller and slighter in terms of his torso. Jason is a bigger figure, both in terms of height and bulk. Maybe not quite as much as as Robert Englund compared to some of the actors that have played Jason, but it still works. I did have a fear that they were maybe going to be exactly the same height, which wouldn't have worked good in a display, but they're not, as you can see. Freddy's a little smaller than Jason there. So the hand, second head, kitchen knife, figure itself, and the machete. And of course the axe. Figure stands well. I'm reasonably confident in its ability as long as you get the right pose. Let's just take a look at some of that detail. Let's do a size comparison with an apple. So you can see Jason measures approximately 20 inches in height and around 24 to 25 inches to the top of his axe, depending on how you display it. So he's a big figure. To keep out the machete and his axe, and the rest of the accessories have gone back into the box. So let's soften up that hand with some boiling water. 20-30 seconds. Just to soften it up enough to hold the axe. It's starting to work. I'll dip it again now. And there we go, a lot better. Size comparison with a head. A tube of Pringles. A can of beer. Yay, beer. A bottle of wine. Yay, wine. A stormtrooper helmet. Yay, stormtroopers. I don't know what this is. So that's my review on the Neca quarter scale Part 4 Jason. And let's take one last look at him in all of his gruesome glory. Hope you've enjoyed the review. Please like, subscribe, leave your comments below, and take it easy.